Well, YouTube, we have yet another bike that we want to talk about. As you can see kind of by the picture there on the box, this is different than any other one we've had. And the main thing I want to bring to your attention is where you can buy this bike and the website, all the bikes that they have to offer. They're doing something a little bit different, and quite honestly, I'm glad.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
MACFOX is the name of the brand of the bike, and I think there's probably about 3 bikes that they make under the MACFOX name. But more importantly, they're doing something that's a little bit different than what I'm used to. Usually what you have is a bike company that makes a bike or a few different versions of a bike, different models, and you go to their website and you purchase one of their bikes. RIDEFOX is doing something different in that they are selling multiple brands of bikes. So yes, finally we've got a place that you can go to that if you want an Ingway, which we have an Ingway bike also, you can buy it. Not only that, but something like an e-scooter even. We had a Nan Robot e-scooter in the past. I had a D6 Plus, very fast, and they sell those. So the main focus that I want you to take away from this is, of course, the bike. We'll go over, its unboxing, what it looks like, how it rides, what's it going to take to assemble it. But more importantly, that when you go to their website, you can choose any of the MACFOX brand bikes, but there's other brands of e-bikes. So if there's a brand that you're really set on, pick it up there. And yeah, it's just one-stop shopping. I mean, we kind of knew this was going to happen, but it's kind of like going to a car dealership that sells Ford, Chevy, Hondas, maybe Kias, all on the same lot. It's a lot easier to do that kind of shopping. So this was delivered to us by FedEx. It was just a short amount of time that it was delivered. They did stand it upright. The box is heavy. You're talking 87 pounds. It's funny how it says Team Lift, but it only gives you 2 handles to lift it. So I'm not sure why they do that. I am happy. Heidi will point it in here for you. Guess what I don't have to do? Put the front wheel on, mess with fenders, because there are no fenders. Wonder if that's an option. Potentially, but this is supposed to be kind of like an off-road bike. But all I have to do is put the handlebars on, the pedals, and put the battery in there, and that's it. I love the fact that I didn't have to put the front tire on. This is the first time that I've been able to get away with that, except for that real little bike that we had. I'm sure the battery's in here. It's so heavy and it's about the right size for a battery, so we'll get to that in a minute. So let's open this box, see what's in here. Charger, possibly? So I always look at this to see what the amperage is as far as the charger. 2 amp, so this is probably a little bit longer on the charging. So what else is in the box here? You have a quick start guide, probably a good idea for me to see that. Operation manual, which is more than the quick start guide. Your pedals and wrenches. So let's go ahead and take a look at the quick start guide. Talks about all the functions of the display. Of course, red and green for the charger. Pretty simple there. All right, so now let's go ahead and open the battery. Let's get some details on this battery. I like that the battery was shipped with the bike. A 46.8 volt, so almost 47. And it's 10 amp hour. Now, bikes we've had in the past have had more amp hours than that. So that's going to limit your range a little bit. But again, the bike's a little bit smaller, and with pedaling, who knows what you can do. When I say smaller, I don't mean smaller in height. I'm talking about smaller in length from front to rear. It does appear to be a little short. So let me read through the manual real quick, get some more details for you, and we'll get this thing together. Once you have all the styrofoam off, all the wire ties off, this is kind of what you're left with. Does have a headlight, does have a tail light. We'll check that a little bit later, but you can see what you have to assemble. The handlebars need to go here. Here's all the bolts and the holder for that. The pedals have to go on, and the battery has to be installed, and that's it. Okay, so it's all together. The easiest bike we've ever put together by far. Just to give you a size comparison, Heidi is 5'3". Oh, 4, sorry, 5'4". Don't want to steal that inch away from her. Max pedaling speed is 20, max throttle speed is 20. They say the pedaling distance, if you're on throttle only, they say 22 miles, and they say if you're pedaling 27 miles. I'm going to tell you that I would think that that's probably not quite what it can do, just because of the size of the battery, but I might be wrong. It potentially could. The charger is just a 54 volt 2 amp charger, so your charging time, you're going to be about 6 hours worth of charging to get this fully charged whenever it's below the dead zone. And of course the battery, like I mentioned before, it's 46.8 volt. We'll just kind of say it's 47, but I'll say 46, and it's a 10 amp hour. It is a lithium ion, but it's a 10 amp hour battery. The bike's not crazy heavy. You could see it was like 80 some pounds. This is a steel frame, this isn't aluminum. The front forks are not adjustable, but they do have spring shocks in them, and it does make the ride a little bit more comfortable. The tires on here are only 20 inch, believe it or not. They look a lot, I don't know, they look beefier than that, but wide wise they are 4 inch. You do have 6 speeds. There's a cadence sensor, meaning that when you're pedaling is whenever it starts engaging based on your pedaling. There are 3 assist. I'll show you that. Give you a couple looks here real quick. There's the headlight. Let's see what it looks like there. And then coming to the back, there is no brake light, but man, that is a bright tail light. Again, trying to get you a view here. The seat is very comfortable. Look how long it is, so you're not stuck just sitting in one spot. And in my case, I sit back here. I'm sure Heidi would sit up closer. As far as the display, we'll go ahead and push the power button here as it powered off, and you can see there's a battery indicator, an odometer down below. There's a couple things you can do here. Read through the manual. One of them is a cruise control while you're riding. One of them is a walk speed, or a walk mode when you're trying to push the bike maybe up and over a bridge that is a little bit too steep for the bike to be able to accomplish using its 500 watt motor. That is a 500 watt motor back there. But there is a walk mode. Of course, you just hold this up for the headlight to come on and the tail light. And as far as the assist, there's only 3. You see 1, 2, 3. Now, as soon as I got on the thing, I got on it and twisted the throttle. And this has one of those things called a non-whiskey throttle, meaning it won't take off on you if you twist it. I don't think there's a way to override that. So what you need to do is start pedaling. Once you get above 2 miles per hour, which is easy to do, you just twist the throttle and it'll take over from there. You don't have to pedal any longer. But with the 500 watt motor, you may want to continue to pedal. So again, Heidi being 5'3", we'll have her climb up on the bike just so you can get an idea of what it looks like with her. And she's tippy-toed, so she can ride it. It's just tippy-toed. So MACFOX, and it's an M20X. I like the way it rides. It's quiet, it's comfortable. The shifter, the derailleur, it is a 6-speed. It does have plastic gears on it. It's a Shimano Tourney TZ. Not the highest quality, but it does the job. And quite honestly, the way I ride, you know, I'm on the throttle more than anything else, and I leave it in 1 gear. I hardly shift out of gear. I just leave it in the top gear. It's the easiest way to do it. So links are going to be down below for this, if you decide you want to go with this, click the links. I'm not sure if there's going to be a discount applied at time of filming. If you decide that you do want to purchase this, or at least take a look at their website, and maybe you'll find something else, please use the link down below. Probably one of the cheaper, I'll call Super 73 bikes. That's kind of what this is modeling after, a Super 73. Yeah, not too bad. So as always, we hope to see you out here. Bye.